Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. And you can still get all the green gear, 25% off, promo code Trump46. Get them now so you have them in time for Christmas. I will also have some masks and beanies coming out because it gets a little chilly here in California, but a lot of you are from places east of here where it gets really cold. So you might as well stay warm and look good while you're doing it. And, okay, so the promo code Trump46, 25% off until the end of the year. So somebody in the comments was like, actually, it's Trump. He's the 45th president. I see that, but here's the way my mind works. Trump was elected 45th president. He does a second term. That second term would be occupied by the 46th president. If in a dystopian shithole, Biden is pervertus and the HUA are elected, then he would be 46th president, right? So Trump is going to be occupying that 46th slot. So that's why I say Trump 46. You don't have to explain it to me. It's not going to work. This is what I'm going with. Now, if you are in the state of California, Texas, or Washington, and you're looking high and low for some of your lawmakers, I'll tell you where they are. I'll tell you why you can't find them. So, representatives from those three states, California, Texas, and Washington, they have taken a 5-day trip to Maui. That's right, guys. They're going there to talk about the economy and the pandemic. So what better setting than Maui? Now, they be down there in these, cheap motels, Zoom calling? No. They have 50 rooms and 120 guests at the beautiful Fairmont Kealani. That's right, guys. Don't you worry. They are staying in great digs, if you will. They got a nice little spot right there in Maui. Now, would I like to be able to hold a business meeting in Maui? Hell yeah. If they said, Jericho, you can pick anywhere to have a meeting, Maui would be on that list. It's beautiful. It's warm. But I can't do that. They wouldn't allow me to do that. Because, see, we're having a second surge, if you will, in California. So they just started a bunch of new restrictions, a bunch of new lockdowns. They're talking about doing a curfew again. They're telling us don't go here, don't go there, limited people, take all of these steps, do all of these things while you're there. During all this, these people are still going to Maui for a meeting to talk about the pandemic and the economy. Well, if that's the case, if all you wanted to do was roll your sleeves up and get to work, roll up your fucking sleeves at home in front of your laptop. My daughter's in there right now in front of a laptop, in front of a Chromebook, Zoom calling her class. Online learning. So why couldn't you guys Zoom call this meeting? Well, there's 50 people. That'd be a big computer screen, wouldn't it? Break it up. 10 groups of 5, 5 groups of 10. I'm sorry, that's as far as my public school education will let me go with the numbers. Break it up into smaller groups. Why the fuck do you guys need to fly to Maui on my dime? These are state lawmakers. They're not paying for this. They're not busting open their cookie jar. They're not dumping out their Alhambra bottle full of coins. I know I wasn't the only one whose parents had one of those in their bedroom. Shit was like half full. I used to always sit there on the floor and wonder how much money is in there. Quarters, dimes, ones, fives. So they're not paying for this, but why now? It's like Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom going to his fancy schmancy dinner at the French Laundry. I say, old boy, So he's over there doing his thing, again, with lobbyists. This is all about stroking the lobbyists' dicks so they will bukkake them with money. That's what this is about. If this was only about the pandemic and the economy, you could handle that shit over the phone or in the computer. Millions of California children are. So why are you any better? This is more of that elitist bullshit. I don't care if you could do it. It's not a good idea. It's not good optics. It doesn't look good to us, we the people. Remember us? Hey, I know it's been a while since you gave a shit. California, Texas, and Washington. If you're short on lawmakers, they are sitting somewhere right now getting sunburnt lines on their back with white sand between their toes while you're sitting at the dining room table with bills spread out everywhere with the word in red, past due, stamped all over them. I've said this in past videos. Every governor's office, every politician's office, all you state lawmakers, until we're in the clear, until all the COVID-19 / sweet and sour sniffle restrictions are in place, stay at home, curfews, all that shit, until we're out of the forest, your office needs to look like the office of a police station when they have a missing person. I need sleeves rolled up, ashtrays with smoldering cigarettes in them, half-eaten pizza with boxes open, sleeves rolled up, ties loosened, nobody's going home until we get this done kind of attitude. Now, do you need to stay locked in your office 24/7 like you're on a jury? No. But you need to get up, go to work, come home, get up and do it all over again until we're in the clear, until we're safe, until we're back to normal. Because we can't shut it off and take a trip to Maui for 5 days for free. Sorry. So if we can't, you can't. Because apparently what's good for the goose is not good enough for the stupid 9-to-5 taxpayer or you stupid small business owners. We're just good for tax revenue. That's all. Keep putting these restrictions and mandates on them. So what? They're not going to say shit. They're not going to do shit. They're just going to pull the lever for us again and again. Gavin Newsom up there doing stupid shit, steady pulling California into the abyss of a socialist shithole. And what do? Pull the lever for him again. Now, this is Newsom's first term as governor, but he was mayor of San Francisco. He showed us in San Francisco what he was going to do to this state. And they're showing you in this state what they want to do to the rest of the country. California, actually the West Coast, the left coast, and the East Coast, those are petri dishes. These are science experiments. And if they're successful, they will be implemented on the middle of the country. Believe me. So, next time you're stressed out, the pandemic has you on lockdown because you're not essential, and you're losing money, you're watching your savings go like this, if you even have it. Your kids are tripping because the honeymoon period has worn the fuck off with this online schooling. It's no longer fun anymore. We're seeing cracks in the armor. We're seeing chinks in the armor. Did I just say that? Uh-oh. So the next time you're dealing with all this and the water's up to here and you're about to take a breath because you can't keep your head above said water, just know that the people that you voted into office, that you gave your trust to, are in Maui at a meeting. Remember that shit. The next time you're sitting on a Zoom call, rushing to get there or putting things off because you can't go to them until you're done with your online meeting, just know that they didn't do an online meeting. They took a plane to Maui. Hollywood couldn't write this shit. Those bunch of sick perverts. So, You want to hear some more sick shit aimed directly at our children? So a buddy of mine, shout out to Tom, he sent me this YouTube video. And all he wrote on there, this is some bullshit. I'm like, oh. I'm sure it is. Here we go. And I'll put a link in the description box to the article I was just telling you about with those clown-ass lawmakers going to Hawaii. And I'll put a link to the video of what I'm talking about now. So in this video, it's Barbie and one of her black friends. And now that I think about it, it's even weird where they put Barbie, because the, I guess, leader of the conversation, wouldn't they be on our left and not our right? So they're even capitulating to a level where they put Barbie on the right and put the black girl on the left. Man. So they're sitting there and they're like, hi guys, today we're going to talk about something called racism. And racism is when somebody doesn't like you because of the color of your skin. And that's why people are marching, because things are unfair. And they tell these stories. Man, I couldn't believe this shit. So they're telling these stories. One day, we were at the beach and we were selling stickers. So we split up so we can cover more ground and sell more stickers. So the black girl's telling this story and she's like, well, Barbie, I didn't mention this to you, but I was stopped by security 3 times. And Barbie's like, oh, what? You were stopped by security? There was security there? And they stopped me 3 times and they asked me what I was doing there. And they even called my mom. Not her dad, not her mom and dad. They called her mom. This is what the black girl said. They even called my mom. And Barbie's like, oh, that is so wrong. They didn't even tell me anything. And like, when you're black, like things like this, I had a teacher and I wrote a paper and I got a good grade. And the teacher just told me, oh, well, you got that grade because you're lucky. And Barbie's like, well, why didn't you stay in the class and prove him wrong? Well, I'm tired of always proving people wrong and having to do things more because I'm black. And shut the fuck up. You'll see in this stupid ass video. The black girl was crying, I'm a victim, and Barbie was like, oh, there's racism? I'm white. I don't deal with that shit. What? Bro, Raggy? She was like, racism? White people never deal with that. It's only black people. Oh, you poor thing. So it's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you suck. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're just not good enough for it. I don't know. No, it's not because of that. It's because you're black. That's why. And in this country, this is what they're telling our children. This YouTube channel, Barbie's YouTube channel, damn near has 10 million subscribers. So they're pumping this poison to at least 10 million little minds. So it's not because you can't cut it. It's because you're black. If you were only white, if only God didn't curse you with that ugly dark skin, the world would be your fucking oyster. But since you were cursed with said skin, you can't get shit. So that's basically what they're saying. Barbie has it good because she's white, and her black friend has it bad because she's black. Let me ask you a couple questions. Number one, if somebody told that to your child, if a teacher told your child, you only got that good grade because you're lucky, and your child came home and told you that, what would you do? If your child was somewhere selling something and the security guards harassed them and your child came home and told you, what would you do? You would do something about it. This is a different R word. This isn't racist. This is another R word that you could use, especially today in America. You have this thing called recourse. What? What does that word mean? That word means you can do something about it. Number one, I've looked like this since I came into the world, since I cried and got slapped on my ass by that doctor. I've never had a teacher tell me, you got that because you're lucky. Well, that's anecdotal evidence. No, it's not. I know lots of people. As a matter of fact, something like that happened to my brother. But he didn't tell my parents, so they couldn't do anything about it. But he had this welding teacher, and I had the same teacher because we went to the same high school. I had him a few years after my brother did. And yeah, the dude was an asshole, but he never said anything like this to me. But something like that happened to my brother, but the difference is he didn't tell my parents. Trust me when I tell you, if he did, both my parents, not my mama and not the NIMS aren't showing up. Check out that merch, link in the description box. The NIMS, the mama NIM, grandmama NIM, auntie, and NIMS didn't live at my house. I had mom and dad. That's who I had. So that's who would have showed up if there was a problem. Quick story. Story time with Uncle Jericho. I'm trying to tell you a story. So, when I was 12 years old, I joined this group called Sea Cadets. And it was something like ROTC, a junior military thing. And it wasn't attached to a school. So it wasn't, in that sense, it wasn't like ROTC. Uniforms, ranking recognition, different activities we get to do. We got to go on military bases. I flew in a Marine Corps helicopter. I got to go to a military shooting range and shoot rapid fire when I was like 14. We got to do all this cool shit. And every summer, you had to go to boot camp. And boot camp was at Treasure Island in San Francisco, a Navy base, before it closed. And before you go to boot camp, you got a list of all the supplies you need to bring. You got your duffel bag, your uniforms, first aid kit, all this stuff that you had to bring with you. And I think I was 12. This is my first one. When you're 12 to 14 is Navy League, 14 to 18 is Sea Cadet. So when you're a little kid, you're in Navy League. So I'm going to boot camp, and our lieutenant is up at the front of the class, and he's telling us, everybody got their stuff laid out. We're going down the checklist. And he told me, he said, he told everybody, he said, you need to bring sunscreen. I was 12. This was a legitimate question. I raised my hand. I said, sir, do I really need to bring sunscreen? I've never been sunburned. He told me, he said, you're going to need it for your teeth and the whites of your eyes, end quote. That's what he told me. So I was like, at 12, I didn't quite get it, but I knew it wasn't right. So I told my parents, and my dad said, what? So that was on a Saturday. We had our meetings on the weekends. So we had another meeting on Sunday. And my dad, normally my mom would drop me off, but my dad came and dropped me off. And he went up to him, and he was very polite. He said, excuse me, sir, I need to talk to you for a minute. So he went inside the lieutenant's office. Didn't hear nothing. There was no yelling. Nothing, like, didn't hear no commotion. Nothing. My dad comes out, 10, 15 minutes later. He says, I'll see you this afternoon. I said, all right, Dad, love you. Took off. My lieutenant comes out, and that next day we were going to finish going over the list. So he didn't say anything to me directly, but let me tell you, he was very attentive to my needs. Anytime I raised my hand, yes, sure. Well, what do you need? Oh, yeah, go right ahead. He was very nice after that. Now, the point of that story is recourse. Tell somebody. It's not just, oh, well, I'm black. This is how I'm treated. That's stupid bullshit. That's another part of this poison cocktail that they're feeding the kids on this YouTube channel. It's not just you're black. Sorry, that's your lot in life. Enjoy it down there. Or I'm black. This is just how I'm treated. No, that's stupid. This is not the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. You have recourse. Do something about it. That security guard who is harassing you, he has a boss. Go talk to him. That teacher who insulted you, that teacher has a boss. It's called the principal. Go talk to him. The principal has a boss. It's called the superintendent. So on and so forth. Do something about it. Don't sit here like no fucking victim. But this is what they're peddling. Where was this video 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago? Where was it? It was nowhere because they didn't need it. But now they need it to push this bullshit narrative and continue the division. Divide and conquer. It doesn't say keep together and strengthen and conquer. No, you must divide. And what better way to do it than along racial lines? Let's dip into that bottomless well of racism. When all else fails, fall back on your safety net known as bullshit racism. I couldn't believe that shit. What? They harassed you? Oh my goodness, white people never deal with racism. Oh, well, you must not have been like me and gone to predominantly Mexican junior high and high schools. Because trust me, white kids put up with racism. Shout out to my man, Scotty McKean, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, 8th grade. This other kid named David came up to him, thought he was going to make a name off of this punk-ass white boy. I say punk-ass white boy because that's what he kept calling him. Turns out, this punk-ass white boy had a dad who taught him how to use these, and he fucked David up. David didn't know what was happening. He thought this was some punk-ass, Happy Days Richie Cunningham bullshit. Wrong. Everybody experiences racism. Everybody. You know what happens when you go along with this everybody thing? That's where you breed equality. We all struggle. We all deal with racism. We're all getting fucked by the government. As long as we keep that we all mentality, that's where equality comes from. I'm equal to you, you're equal to me. You're no better than me because you're white or any other color. And I'm no better than you because I'm black. That shit is stupid. That's how they're going to destroy this country. Not some socialist bullshit. That's how they're going to do it. Enough of us are going to buy into this divisionist, racist bullshit. Man, you'll see the video. That shit, I don't see how they have 10 million subscribers after this video. And you know what? If you notice at the bottom, it says comments disabled. You damn right they're disabled. You damn right they are, because you know people were about to go the fuck off in the comment section. This shit is stupid. But like I said, link in the description box. Check it out for yourself. What I'm about to do is wrap up my weekend. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone. Link in the description box. Utilize a PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.